Shabbat Shalom. Our scripture reading for today is Ezekiel chapter 47, verses 3 through 5 and 9. And when the man that had the line in his hand went forth eastward, the waters were to the ankles. Again he measured 1,000 and brought me through the waters. The waters were to the knees. Again he measured 1,000 and brought me through. The waters were to the loins. Afterward he measured 1,000, and it was a river that I could not pass over. And it shall come to pass that everything that liveth which moveth, whithersoever the river shall come, shall live, for they shall be healed, and everything shall live, whether the river cometh.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Our selection today, step out into the water.
Into the water. church oracles of the UCI. 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 7 through 11. But the end of all things is at hand. Be you therefore sober, and watch unto prayer. And above all things have fervent love amongst yourselves, for love shall cover the multitude of sins. Use hospitality one to another without grudging. As every man has received the gift, even so minister the same one to another, as good stewards of the manifold grace of Elohim. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Elohim. If any man minister, let him do it as the ability which Elohim gives, that Elohim in all things may be glorified through Yahshua the Mashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Ephesians chapter 4, verses 29 through chapter 5. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. And grieve not the Holy Spirit of Elohim, whereby you are sealed until the day of redemption. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. And be you kind one to another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as Elohim for Yahshua's sake has forgiven you. Be you therefore followers of Elohim, as dear children, and walk in love, as the Mashiach also have loved us, and has given himself for us, an offering and sacrifice to Elohim for a sweet-smelling savor. But fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you as become saints. Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather given of thanks. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verses 1 and 2. Keep your foot when you go to the house of Elohim, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Be not rash with your mouth, and let not your heart be hasty to utter anything before Elohim, for Elohim is in heaven, and you upon earth. Therefore let your words be few. Exodus chapter 23, verses 20 through 21. Behold, I send an angel before you, to keep you in the way, and to bring you into a place which I have prepared. Beware of him, and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not, for my name is in him. Revelations chapter 3, verses 20 through 22. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him, and will sup with him, and he with me. To him that overcomes will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I have also overcame, and am set down with my Father in his throne. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches.
All right, Shabbat Shalom,
Shabbat shalom.
which is peace on Yahweh's holy Sabbath day. Welcome to another holy convocation that Yahweh has enjoined unto us here in this body of Yahshua. The one thing about this morning's selection, stepping out, is all about trusting. But what we have to understand is trust goes both ways. It's not just a situation of our trust. What we have to do is make sure that there is the right framework for us to be trusted as well. Now, it is written that faith is the substance of things hoped for, but the evidence of things not seen. As we go about to increase our trust in the Most High, do we ever consider how we can increase his trust in us? Let's begin today's sermon in Genesis chapter 18. Genesis chapter 18, and we're going to start at verse 19. And I'm going to start here. I don't know if they got your mic situated. Genesis 18, and we're going to start at verse 19. It says, "For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him." This is something, I'm going to jump up to 18. it says, seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him. Does Yahweh know that about us? Does he know that you're going to command your house and your children? And understand something. Everything of your house counts as your house. That is your wife, your children, your dog. Everything you get, he's going to expect you to govern it in a certain way. Now, we think that that means that we should have 24 hours of peace. That ain't what he said. Because if you're looking to make everybody in that house happy, you're definitely not ordering the house after him. Because there's going to be some times that people in that house ain't happy with you. Or you still going to command your house. Or you'll only command your house as long as everybody agrees with every decision that you make. And they shall keep the way of Yahweh to do justice and judgment, that Yahweh may bring upon Abraham that which he has spoken of him. And Yahweh said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me. And if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces from thence and went toward Sodom. But Abraham stood yet before Yahweh. Now, this belief that he will command his house, those things are connected to some other events. All right? So, in situation and circumstance, the trust that Yahweh has with us is built up. Verse 23. And Abraham drew near and said, will you also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Now, you need to make sure you got all your ducks in a row before you decide you're going to negotiate with Yahweh. You might want to make sure that you done checked everything before you decide you're going to negotiate. Peradventure, there be 50 righteous within the city. Will you also destroy and not spare the place for the 50 righteous that are therein? That be far from you to do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked, and that the righteous should be as the wicked. That be far from you. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? And Yahweh said, if I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare all the place for their sakes. And Abraham answered and said, behold, now I have taken it upon me to speak to the Adonai, which am but dust and ashes. Peradventure there shall lack 5 of the 50 righteous. Will you destroy all the city for lack of 5? And he said, if I find there 40 and 5, I will not destroy it. And he spake unto him yet again and said, peradventure there shall be 40 found there. And he said, I will not do it for 40's sake. And he said unto him, oh, let the Adonai be not be angry, and I will speak peradventure there shall 30 be found there. And he said, I will not do it if I find 30 there. And he said, behold now, I have taken it upon me to speak to the Adonai, peradventure there shall be 20 found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 20's sake. And he said, oh, let not the Adonai be angry, and I will speak yet but this once. Peradventure 10 it shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake. And Yahweh went his way as soon as he had left communing with Abraham. And Abraham returned unto his place. One of the things we have to understand here is he stopped at this 10. He will not destroy it if there is just 10. Now, we have to then say, okay, well, he still would end up destroying the righteous with the wicked. No, he's going to make them 10 move. Now, if you are in a position where you're all of a sudden you are this small group of individuals who are made to move, what you gonna think? You gonna think he got a problem with you? Because now you got a trust factor with Yahweh. You got a trust problem now because we think everything is about us. If it only leaves 10, he said, I won't destroy it. But he gets down to the 10, the conversation ends. All right? So it's 9 people. So what if it's 9 or 11? We got a problem. But when he decides to move you, will you then blame Yahweh? Because you don't have trust in him. You think that all of this is about you. But what if he's planning on destroying that entire town? But now you have to be moved. You have to be inconvenienced. All of that happens before the destruction. So understand what that looks like. So now we have to examine our trust factor. How much do we trust our Father? Because when he gets ready to move these people, you know ain't nothing happened yet, right? Oh, it's real easy to move people after the bomb go off. It's real easy to move people after the levee break. How do you move people before the levee break? How do you move people before the explosion happens? And how much griping are they going to do at the Most High when he try to save them? Okay. We say we have trust until it's time to put that rubber on the road. Let's go to Genesis chapter 17 and start at verse 1. Because let's see how he got to this point of knowing that this man will command his house. Start at that verse 1, brother.
And when Abram was 90 years old and 9, Yahweh appeared to Abram and said unto him, I am El Shaddai. Walk before me and be you perfect.
You know, let me tell you something. There's already a lack of trust when somebody decides that they're going to come to you at 90 and 9. Hold on, man. You had 98 years. You could have came and said all this. I was in my strength. I could have went out and fought the world. You going to come to me at 99 and now we going to start talking? Come on now. Come on. We could, come on now. At 20, I would have fought a lion and a bear for you. But at 99, all I can say is y'all go get him. There you go. I can point him out. Go ahead.
And I will make my covenant between me and you, and will multiply you exceedingly. And Abram fell on his face, and Elohim talked with him, saying, As for me, behold, my covenant is with you, and you shall be a father of many nations. Neither shall your name any more be called Abram, but your name shall be Abraham.
Let me tell you something. When folk done got accustomed to calling you something, and you get to 99 and say, you know what? My name shall no longer be Abram. It shall be Abraham. Now, y'all know we got those people. Look, his mama named him Cassius. I'm going to call him Cassius. Mm-hmm. I don't know who Muhammad Ali is. I'm calling him Cassius. That's what I'm calling him. Wait a minute. You done got the 90 and 9? And Yahweh said, this wasn't nothing that he decided. He didn't decide, you know what? I want to be called by another name. Let's make sure we differentiate here. No, this was Yahweh saying, you're going to be called by this name. Go ahead.
For a father of many nations have I made you. And I will make you exceeding fruitful. And I will make nations of you, and kings shall come out of you. And I will establish my covenant between me and you and your seed after you in their generations for everlasting covenant, to be a Elohim unto you and to your seed after you.
Now, these are mighty strong words. They would be even stronger said to a 35-year-old. Nations gonna come out of you. All of this hard to take coming from, you know what I'm saying? It's like, look, now I'm not in the 9 now. And you're saying some really strong things here. These things sound amazing. But I think maybe the time in heaven got turned to something from the time on earth. I think you meant to come to me 50 years ago. Because I don't see how all this stuff going to be possible. Once again, our trust factor. A lot of times we will say that folks don't trust us when really it's us that don't trust them. See, there has to be some trust here to even listen to some proclamations being made to a 99-year-old man. Most of us done already stopped listening. We done tuned out. We in the place physically, but we done tuned out. Go ahead.
Verse 8, and I will give unto you, and to your seed after you, the land wherein you are a stranger, all the land of Canaan, for an everlasting possession. And I will be their Elohim. And Elohim said unto Abraham, you shall keep my covenant, therefore, you and your seed after you in their generations. This is my covenant which you shall keep between me and you and your seed after you.
Now, the one part about this is my covenant which you shall keep between me and you and your seed. So Yahweh in the next chapter says, I know he will command. All right. So he's giving him the outline of this covenant. Go ahead.
Every man-child among you shall be circumcised. And you shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant between me and you.
So the token of the covenant between Abraham and Yahweh is the circumcision, but he's giving this to this man at 99 years old. Go ahead.
And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you, every man-child in your generations. He that is born in the house or brought with money of a stranger, which is not of your seed. He that is born in your house and that is brought with money, with your money, must need be circumcised.
Wait a minute. He that is bought with your money. Wait a minute. Yahweh said, who gave you the money? Well, you did. All right then. He that is part of anything I got something to do with in your house must needs be circumcised. Now, it's one thing to go through your house and say everybody in your house need to be circumcised. But then you're going to come outside of your tent and say, all y'all that work with me, y'all going to need to be circumcised. Hey, hold on. Imagine you going to the HR meeting. They said, we got a meeting. All right, now we just came up, the CEO had an epiphany from God. And all y'all need to get some augmentation done. I said, say what? I said, what'd you say, what? Okay. All right. So this is the equivalent to what he's got to go out and say. All right. Go ahead.
And my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant. And the uncircumcised man-child, whose flesh is his foreskin, is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He had broken my covenant. And Elohim said unto Abraham, as for Sarai, your wife, you shall not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be.
Right. She shall no longer be called be contentious. She shall be a princess. Go ahead.
And I will bless her and give you a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her. Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed, and said in his heart, Shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah, that is 90 years old, bear? And Abraham said unto Elohim, Oh, that Ishmael might live before you.
Okay, so there's a point where he has belief in Yahweh, but there's certain things, he has limitations on his belief with Yahweh, because he's automatically saying, okay, look, I got a boy here. Let's just go ahead and establish the covenant with this boy. What you saying is just too much to do. But then our trust has limits. It's interesting when we all talk about, especially when Esaac was named, everybody talks about Sarah laughing. People don't often mention that Abraham laughed first. He was the one who laughed. Keep reading.
Verse 19. And Elohim said, Sarah your wife shall bear you a son indeed, and you shall call his name Esaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. As for Ishmael, I have heard you. Behold, I have blessed him, and I will make him fruitful, and I will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant will I establish with Esaac, which Sarah shall bear unto you at this set time in the next year.
Right. So my covenant, I've heard you concerning the other boy. I'm going to bless the boy. But my covenant is going to be made with the seed that come from that woman. Matter of fact, I held you and that woman off from bearing for this very reason. Because the blessing that he intends on giving has to be there at a certain set time. But that means you're going to have to trust on Yahweh and wait. Up to this point, they done already given up hope. This is why they thought, well, look, just have a kid by the handmaid over here. This is how Ishmael comes about. Why? Because their trust factor in Yahweh has levels. And they ain't reached the level to where that trust is supposed to be. Go ahead.
And he left off talking with him, and Elohim went up from Abraham. And Abraham took Ishmael his son, and all that were born in his house, and all that were brought with his money, every male among the men of Abraham's house, and circumcised the flesh of their foreskin in the selfsame day, as Elohim had said unto him.
Wait a minute, whoa. Now see, if you went to the job, they were going to have a human resource meeting to talk to you to let you know that the circumcision was coming. It say the same day that Yahweh told him, he circumcised all up. He said, look, I done told you this is what need to happen. Wait a minute. So, he mess up, but then he clean up. There's a certain amount of belief you have to go outside your tent and say, all y'all finna get circumcised. You got to understand, you explaining circumcision to somebody, and by all accounts, you just understood it 20 minutes ago. So you telling them all this stuff, and they said, man, this is interesting. When you get there? About 20 minutes ago. What, 21 now? And you want us to do that? And y'all know us? Well, is this sanitary? Do we know that one is not going to get infected? How do we know this? We don't know nobody who's done this. We don't have anything to research. But you want us to do this today? Okay. Sometimes Yahweh might give you an impossible job. But afterwards, now he trusts you. Because it's in the next chapter that he says, I know him, and that he will command his house. How you know that? Because he sat back and watched him do it. Keep reading.
And Abraham was 99 years old when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin. And Ishmael his son was 13 years old when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin. In the selfsame day as Abraham circumcised and Ishmael his son, and all the men of his house born in the house, and brought with the money of the stranger, were circumcised with him.
He was able to convince all his house to get this circumcision as soon as he heard it. We, on the other hand, we hear the word, we want to bounce around with it, we want to go, let me see what every other person got to say about it. Oh, that guy with the turban said something about the Sabbath. So now we want to go on every other website and we're going to see what everybody got to say about the Sabbath. Oh, this person said something about baptism. Now we go to every other website and see what everybody else got to say about baptism. We like to say and put ourselves in the position of some of these heroes, if you will, in this book. But that ain't how we operate. But we sure want hero pay, though. We want hero recognition and hero pay. Same day. We'll sit around for months and months and months on end. Read everything about a baptism and still won't get it. Because we want to see what everybody else has to say. So now we're using other people's belief to fuel ours. I believe and I will trust if the people who I look up to trust. Now we in a dangerous position, and not only are we in a dangerous position, we have put those people in a dangerous position. Because now here come the adversary, the devil, said, I was gonna leave your mama alone, but when I heard you would follow Yahweh if your mama did, I said, oh my goodness, poor Josephine, she don't know I'm coming. Poor Josephine, she ain't been bothering nobody, but I'm coming for your mama. Why? Because your mama is what's going to keep you from doing what you're supposed to do. He ain't got to attack you. You put your mama in harm's way. He wasn't even studying your mama. But you said, if she will believe, then so will I. And Lucifer said, Josephine Johnson. Got it. Somebody go down there and take care of it. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to bother these angels in the back. But y'all going on down here, and I need y'all, Josephine, don't, nobody else, just Josephine, go get up. Oh, okay. Now imagine her surprise. She mind her own business. And now here come all this trouble. And ain't got nothing to do with her. It got something to do with you. And you put her name on the devil's list. Because you gave her the choice that she never should have had. Okay. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 23. Deuteronomy chapter 23, and let's start at verse 9.
When the host goes forward against your enemies, then keep you from every wicked thing. If there be among you any man that is not clean by reason of uncleanness, that chances him by night, then shall he go abroad out of the camp. He shall not come within the camp. But it shall be, when evening cometh on, he shall wash himself with water. And when the sun is down, he shall come into the camp again. You shall have a place also without the camp, whether you shall go forth abroad. And you shall have a powder upon your weapon. And it shall be, when you will ease yourself abroad, you shall dig therewith, and shall turn back and cover that which comes from you. For Yahweh your Elohim walks in the midst of your camp.
So if Yahweh Elohim walks in the midst of your camp, there needs to be a separation between where your animals at and where you going to have things. Because if your animals is dropping all of that waste everywhere, then how is Yahweh going to walk amongst your camp? See, we go to these people park and they give us a little bag, you know what I'm saying, for your little pooper scooper. So you got to pick that up. But we at our house, we say, you know what, I don't have to pick this up. But what if Yahweh wants to come among your house? Now you have made it to where he can't come in there. Okay, go ahead.
Elder, we done domesticated animals to where they used to do that naturally. They
Yep.
used to use the restroom and then
kick back.
Kick back the dirt over.
It's hard to kick back carpet.
Yeah, it's hard. Oh yeah.
Yeah, carpet don't kick back.
Oh yeah.
Carpet don't kick. You kick. Matter of fact, there's something wrong with that carpet if it kick back. But then some of us also lazy that we won't train the dog to go outside even when we keep it inside dog. Cause see, that dog might want to go in the middle of the night. Y'all like, you know what? I'm in my bed, and it's cozy in here. I've covered my feet. Okay, right. Go ahead.
To deliver you, and to give up your enemies before you. Therefore shall your camp be holy, that you see no unclean thing in you, and turn away from you. You shall not deliver unto his master the servant which is escaped from his master unto you. He shall dwell with you, even among you, in that place which he shall choose in one of your gates, where it likes him best. You shall not oppress him. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
You know, there's certain things you just ain't gonna read in certain church gatherings. And see, they're gonna say you prejudice, you this. No. Don't bring it here. Take it to the one who wrote. Go find Moshe. Matter of fact, then what did Yahshua say when they said they questioned him? He said, "What did Moshe tell you?" Oh, wait a minute. Yahshua then upheld the things that Moshe. They want to tell you that because they have this newfound belief that it has no connection to what's in the Old Testament. Yahshua straight vindicated Moshe. What did Moshe tell you? I ain't telling you nothing new. Go read it. That was what he said. Go ahead.
You shall not bring the hire of a whore or the price of a dog into the house of Yahweh your Elohim for any vow. For even both these are abominations unto Yahweh your Elohim. You shall not lend upon interest to your brother, interest of money, interest of victuals, interest of anything that is lent upon interest.
Because most brothers have a hard enough time paying back the actual amount that they borrowed. Matter of fact, if you want the friendship to be over, just go ahead and loan them some money. They don't have a hard time paying back that money. You add interest, now they really gonna feel like they don't need to pay it back, and then they're gonna blame you for it. So don't worry, just the regular amount is hard enough for a brother to pay back. Go ahead.
Unto a stranger you may lend. Unto a stranger you may lend upon interest, but unto your brother you shall not lend upon interest, that Yahweh your Elohim may bless you in all that you set your hands to in the land whether you go to possess it.
Mm-hmm.
When you shall vow a vow unto Yahweh your Elohim, you shall not slack to pay it. For Yahweh your Elohim will surely require it of you, and it will be sin in you.
Wait. Now, pay attention. When you shall vow a vow unto Yahweh your Elohim, you shall not slack to pay it. For Yahweh your Elohim will surely require it of you. Wait a minute. He didn't require it of you because he came and asked you. He required it of you because it came out your mouth. See, we take on jobs and not understand, what do you think that was? You vowed to do that job. When you went on an interview for whatever job that was, they showed you the job description. You went and signed those HR papers and said, I can do this job and I expect this pay that you got on this piece of paper. Well, when we took a job for Yahweh, we did the same thing. We understood what everything was, and we understood that the payment was salvation. Go ahead.
But if you shall forbear to vow, it shall be no sin in you. That which is gone out of your lips, you shall keep and perform, even a freewill offering, according as you have vowed unto Yahweh your Elohim, which you have promised with your mouth.
Now, for this reason, now you need to be careful, because slick talkers and normally they normally from somewhere else. The slick talkers are normally from some other place, but they talk real fast. And what they're trying to do is to hurry up and get you to commit with your mouth, so they can then hold you accountable for what you said out of your lips. See, they don't have any integrity, but they know you do. And then they're going to use your integrity against you. So every time I get a fast talker, I talk the slowest I can possibly talk. Oh yeah. So let me get this straight. So what you saying is, they like, man, come on, man, we trying to. So let me get. So I repeat what they say, slow as hell. So what you saying is, so you want to go down the street over the hill. Now which hill we talking about? Because I see two hills. Man, you getting on my nerves. I know. Because I see the greasiness in your talk. See, the greasiness is you're trying to hurry up and get me to agree to something before I think about it. So I'm going to slow this situation down. Go play with somebody else. Go ahead.
That's it.
That was it.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 5. So don't let these sleazy fast talkers get you off into something. You agree to it, And then think about it. And by the time you think about it, they're going to be walking around the corner. They need to hurry up and leave before you think about it. So the next time they see you, they're going to be holding you accountable for that which they rushed you into accepting. This is why you have to learn how to accept things with conditions. If this is what everybody say it is, then yeah, man, I that look like something I might want to deal with. If this is exactly what is portrayed to be, what do you think them folks do when they give you a contract? Those clauses in there. Those clauses are in there for a reason. If this is there, and this is there, we will go forward with the sale. They didn't just blindly agree to the sale. They put in conditions, just in case there is some deception. See, we got to understand the difference. When you're dealing in business, they're not dealing in no trust whatsoever. The clauses are in there to take the place of the trust that does not exist in business. So where there is no trust, there must be a clause. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, let's read verses 1 through 7.
Keep your foot when you go to the house of Elohim, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Be not rash with your mouth, and let not your heart be hasty to utter anything before Elohim. For Elohim is in heaven, and you upon earth. Therefore, let your words be few.
Be not rash with your mouth, and let not your heart be hasty to utter anything before Elohim. And sometimes we just get to talking, not understanding that we are going to be held accountable for those words. Go ahead.
For a dream comes through the multitude of business, and a fool's voice is known by the multitude of words.
Now, wait a minute. A dream comes through the multitude of business. All right. So what type of things were you encountering in that then led to your dreams? What kind of business dealings? What kind of things were you feeding your spirit that then helped feed that dream? And we so simple, all we think about is what we did in the last few days. No. The brain have layers. You realize the brain can hold something 20 years and you don't even know you remember it. And all you think about is the stuff you did in the last 2 days. This ain't about trying to figure out what made you sick. See, when we trying to figure out what made our stomach hurt, we go back. I drank that ginger ale. Oh, I did. Oh, we go back the last couple things. No. When you going to deal with that brain, you have to go back way farther than that. Oh, this thing holds stuff that you don't believe that it held. Stuff you were trying to get rid of. It wouldn't get rid of it. And you think you're going to be able to go and figure that out? No, what you're going to have to do is limit what you're feeding it. That's what you're going to have to do. Because it is hard to backtrack and figure out, how did I get to this thought process? And we don't even meditate long enough to try to figure it out. Go ahead.
When you vow a vow unto Elohim, defer not to pay it, for he has no pleasure in fools. Pay that which you has vowed. Better is it that you should not vow than you should vow and not pay.
Better is it that you should not have vowed, but you have said, I'm going to do this. Go ahead.
Suffer not your mouth to cause your flesh to sin.
Suffer not your mouth to cause your flesh to sin. The scripture didn't cause your flesh to sin. The law didn't cause your flesh to sin. The commandments did not cause your flesh to sin. Your mouth did. Why? Because you agreed. You said, I'll take on this job. And then something else came up and you said, you know what? Okay. Go ahead.
Neither say you before the angel that it was an error.
It was an error. I made a mistake. I vowed wrongfully. Go ahead.
Wherefore should Elohim be angry at your voice and destroy the work of your hands?
Uh-huh.
For in the multitude of dreams and many words there are also diverse vanities. But fear you, Elohim.
Wait a minute. For in the multitude of dreams and many words, there are also diverse vanities. Wait a minute. The vanity is mixed all up in there. So it's good stuff in it. It's bad stuff in it. It's vanity in it. Now you take all that and stir it in the pot. Now reach your hand in the pot now and find the good now. Try to mix up some grits, but then find the exact one. Find one grit. Go in the pot and find one grit. Say, all right, now these are certain grit, but you know what? I put this corn type in here, but I'm just gonna put one bit in it. All right, now stir it up in there. Now go find the one grit that was made different. Go ahead. Where's that? Oh, it's wrapped up in all the vanity. It's wrapped up. It's stirred up in there. You can't figure out the difference between the good, the bad, and the vanity. Interesting. Right. One of the things that we have to consider is when we do enter into something, we always have to be careful of the excuse we use, because he will visit us in the same manner as the excuse that we use not to do the job. All right. This also includes those prayers that we have solicited for others. He will answer those, but we might not like how those get answered. Let's go to Judges chapter 11. See, we don't think that we have to deal with any trust situation. But as we sit here, the trust of America is being eroded all over this planet. With all of the push that's happening, the rest of the world are now saying the same thing that Putin said. Putin said, y'all said that y'all wasn't going to bring this NATO thing close to my door. We agreed not to fight against it if y'all didn't bring it. Y'all lied. Now the rest of the world is saying, wait a minute, we had agreements and y'all are backing out of the agreements. Y'all liars. Wait a minute, now we're starting to have issue. Now the trustworthiness is eroding. So we reside in a place that is deemed by the entire world as untrustworthy. So that means there's a certain amount of things that we've gotten accustomed to. But Yahweh not giving us no pass on that. So we're going to have to figure that out. Judges chapter 11, let's start that at verse 1.
Now Jephthah, the Gileadite, was a mighty man of valor, and he was the son of an harlot. And Gilead begat Jephthah. And Gilead's wife bare him sons, and his wife's sons grew up. And they thrust out Jephthah, and said unto him, You shall not inherit in our father's house, for you art the son of a strange woman.
You are the son of a strange woman, which very well could have just meant at the top when they says, you are the son of a harlot. They just call that strange woman that because she is not of their nation. So you have to be careful when dealing with Israel. They give you a label in a minute. You gotta be careful. They didn't like that this woman not from our place. So then we're gonna treat that kid different. Yahweh got a way of dealing with you when you put stuff out there, and he make you come back and have to straighten that out. Go ahead.
Then Jephthah fled from his brothers, and dwelt in the land of Tob. And there were gathered vain men to Jephthah, and went out with him. And it came to pass in process of time that the children of Ammon made war against Israel. And it was so that when the children of Ammon made war against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to fetch Jephthah out of the land of Tob.
Now they want the brother that they kicked out. All right? Now they want him. They said he was the son of a strange woman, the son of possibly a harlot. Get on out of here. But now in the process of time, something has befallen them. Now they want their brother back. Because him know how to fight. Go ahead.
And they said unto Jephthah, Come and be our captain, that we may fight with the children of Ammon. And Jephthah said unto the elders of Gilead, Did not you hate me, and expel me out of my father's house? And why are you come unto me now, when you are in distress?
When you are in distress, get ready. If you're going to deal with Israel, they're going to cuss you out when they hot. Let them, when they first get their new car, you're going to be all kind of nothing and nobody. When that car break down, your phone going all of a sudden, a post going to have your picture on it or your name on it. They starting back communication again. All of a sudden, you're going to get a text after that. Then after that, you're going to get a call. Wait a minute, what's happening? I think we ought to connect. All right, well, swing on by. Well, you think you can pick me up? Wait a minute. Wait, what? I do distinctly remember the car you were riding in when you threw the bird. You remember when you threw the bird at me going up the street? What that car at? Oh, it broke and I couldn't afford to fix it. Oh, okay. All right, I see what's happening now. Go ahead.
And the elders of Gilead said unto Jephthah, Therefore we turn again to you now, and you may go with us, and fight against the children of Ammon, and be our head over all the inhabitants of Gilead. And Jephthah said unto the elders of Gilead, If you bring me home again to fight against the children of Ammon, and Yahweh deliver them before me, shall I be your head?
Yeah, like what's going to happen after? So let's say this does go down, and I do this. How you going to treat me after that? You going to throw me out again? Go ahead.
And the elders of Gilead said unto Jephthah, Yahweh be witness between us, if we do not so according to your words. Then Jephthah went with the elders of Gilead, and the people made him head and captain over them. And Jephthah uttered all the words before Yahweh in Mizpah. And Jephthah sent messengers unto the king of the children of Ammon, saying, What has you to do with me, that you art come against me to fight in my land? And the king of the children of Ammon answered unto the messengers of Jephthah, Because Israel took away my land when they came up out of Egypt, and Arnon even unto Jabbok, and unto Jordan. Now therefore restore those lands again peaceably. And Jephthah sent messengers again unto the king of the children of Ammon, and said unto him, Thus says Jephthah, Israel took not away the land of Moab, nor the land of the children of Ammon. But when Israel came up from Egypt, they walked through the wilderness unto the Red Sea, and came to Kadesh. Then Israel sent messengers unto the king of Edom, saying, Let me, I pray you, pass through your land. But the king of Edom would not hearken unto thereto. And in like manner they sent unto the king of Moab, but he would not consent, and Israel abode in Kadesh. Then they went along through the wilderness, and compassed the land of Edom, and the land of Moab, and came by the east side of the land of Moab, and pitched on the other side of Arnon, but came not within the borders of Moab, for Arnon was the border of Moab. And Israel sent messengers unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, the king of Heshbon. And Israel said unto him, Let you pass, we pray you, through your land into my place.
Now, we would read something like this and say, this is nice history, but I don't see why, we would need to know that in these times. In our own twisted imagination, we see ourselves in a wilderness, but we don't see how we get there. And then we see ourselves in a wilderness right outside of Israel. You need to first understand that they shipped us from the coast of Africa. At some point, you're going to have to ask somebody, can we walk through your land? So while we're looking at these things and we like, there's some history that I ain't got nothing to deal with. I don't know how we perceive. You know, we got some of that Wizard of Oz thing. You know, we're going to click our heels and there's no place like home. And we're going to end up in some bushes right outside Jerusalem. I don't think we're paying attention. Keep reading.
But Sihon trusted not Israel to pass through his coast.
Uh-huh.
But Sihon gathered all his people together and pitched in Yahaz and fought against Israel.
Now, one of the things that Yahweh has set forth in dealing with Israel is that you're going to know who Yahweh wants you to fight. Not because you went to go and fight them, but because they come out against you. This is how when you look at other people who claim to be Israel, this is how you know that ain't them. You can't even find in our history where we go attacking people so that we can enlarge our border. We don't operate like that as a people. It has not been put into us. What he does is these people will not have peace with you. They're going to run out against you, and then Yahweh going to give them into your hand, and then you going to own their stuff. He has the same MO. You're going to have to figure out who to fight. They're going to swing at you. Go ahead.
Verse 21. And Yahweh Elohim of Israel delivered Sihon and all his people into the hands of Israel, and they smote them. So Israel possessed all the land of the Amorites, the inhabitants of that country.
So Israel possessed the land because they came out against them. Israel asked, can we walk through? Now you pay attention to what other people are doing. They go and take it. Yahweh didn't ordain that. He makes sure you, when you go to a land, proclaim peace. If it will not have peace become against you, then go to war against it. Go ahead.
And they possessed all the coast of the Amorites, from Arnon even unto Jabbok, and from the wilderness even unto Jordan. So now Yahweh Elohim of Israel has dispossessed the Amorites from before his people Israel. And should you possess it? Will you possess that which Chemosh, your God, given you to possess?
Will not you possess that which Chemosh, your God, gives you to possess? Go ahead.
So whomever Yahweh your Elohim shall drive out from before us, them will we possess. And now art you anything better than Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab? Did he ever strive against Israel, or did he ever fight against them?
Now, imagine though, understand, he's being presented with an accusation that Israel has stolen the land. You know, if you don't have enough history, you don't have a reply, right? See, Jake operates just like the heathen. Jake will accuse you of something that's so long ago and hoping you don't remember the details. He's running down the history like he's reading the book. It's in here. No. Go make that accusation somewhere else. You're a lie. You claim that we stole your land. No. Your people came against my people. And then we took it. Not because we went up to take your land. We asked you to go through. Now you want to come back and say it's yours? No. But if you don't have the history, you're wondering, is there some validity to his accusation? Go ahead.
While Israel dwelt in Heshbon and her towns, and in Aurora and her towns, and in all the cities that be along by the coast of Arnon, 300 years. Why therefore did you not recover them within that time?
Now see, ain't that how Jay? 300 years. Wait a minute, come on, bro. 300 years? So you gonna come and make an accusation from 300 years ago? That's why everybody hoping you don't know your history. That's why everybody hoping that you don't know the foundation of this book. They're gonna go back farther than what you are expected to know. And then they're going to stop right there. It's all right. Well, this is as far as they know. So start right here and make the accusation there. They won't be able to answer it. So they already are going to fight haphazardly because they don't know whether or not the person who's in front of them with the accusation is true or not. See, when you know in your heart that that's false, you fight different. But if they can get you to question your own memory or your own details, now you don't fight as strong. Go ahead.
Wherefore I have not sinned against you, but you does me wrong to war against me. Yahweh the judge be judged this day between the children of Israel and the children of Ammon. Howbeit the king of the children of Ammon hearkened not unto the words of Jephthah, which he sent him. Then the spirit of Yahweh came upon Jephthah, and he passed over Gilead and Manasseh, and passed over Mizpah of Gilead, and from Mizpah of Gilead he passed over unto the children of Ammon.
Now, this man is accused of being, the son of a strange woman or son of a harlot, however they want to deal with it. But I tell you what, he understands all the rules of engagement. Go ahead.
And Jephthah vowed a vow unto Yahweh, and said, If you shall without fail deliver the children of Ammon into my hands, then it shall be, that whatsoever comes forward of the doors of my house to meet me, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be Yahweh's, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering.
Now, the one thing we have to understand in dealing with a vow is a contract. And you need to be very specific with the words that you use. He says, when I return in peace, whatsoever come forth of the doors of my house to meet me. Bad words. That ain't what he meant. See, there's a difference between what we mean and what we say. But in our head, it made total sense. But he's not holding you according to the vow in your head. He's holding you according to the vow of your mouth. Remember what the book said. In your head, you're thinking this one way. But your mouth said that vow another way. He's going to hold you according to the one that came out your mouth. Go ahead.
So Jephthah passed over unto the children of Ammon to fight against them, and Yahweh delivered them into his hands. And he smote them from Aurora, even till you come to Minnith, even 20 cities, and unto the plain of the vineyards, with a very great slaughter. Thus the children of Ammon were subdued before the children of Israel. And Jephthah came to Mizpah unto his house, and behold, his daughter came out to meet him with timbrels and with dances. And she was his only child. Besides her, he had neither son nor daughter.
Now, this is not what he meant. Go ahead.
And it came to pass, when he saw her, that he rent his clothes.
Now he's thinking about what he said. He now realizes that he made that vow wrong. But he recognized that when he sees his baby girl. And she happy to see her daddy. She's running out to go and meet her daddy. And now this vow that he has let come out of his mouth, now it's clear as day. See, I always know what I should have did after I didn't do it. Hindsight, when they say hindsight to 2020, they're absolutely right. I always know where I should have went. After the car hit my car, I always know, boy, I should have gotten that left lane. I always know what I should have done. Okay, go ahead.
And he said, Alas, my daughter, you have brought me very low, and you are one of them that trouble me. For I have opened my mouth unto Yahweh, and I cannot go back.
I have opened my mouth, and I can't go back. We don't understand how powerful the mouth is. I have opened my mouth and I cannot go back. Go ahead.
And she said unto him, My father, if you have opened your mouth unto Yahweh, do to me according to that which hath proceeded out of your mouth. For as much as Yahweh has taken vengeance for you of mine enemies, even of the children of Ammon. And she said unto her father, Let this thing be done for me. Let me alone 2 months, that I may go up and down upon the mountains, and bewail my virginity and my fellows. And he said, Go. And he sent her away for 2 months. And she went with her companions, and bewailed her virginity upon the mountains. And it came to pass at the end of the 2 months that she returned unto her father, who did with her according to his vow which he had vowed. And she knew no man. And it was a custom in Israel that the daughters of Israel went yearly to lament the daughters of Jephthah the Gilead 4 days in a year.
Right. So here is this horrible vow. Yahweh has came through with what he was supposed to come through with. But after we get what we want, a lot of times we try to then renegotiate the vow. And this was a very, very difficult situation. Let's go to Genesis chapter 28. But we have to remember, this is not anything that Yahweh asked for. This was something that you bounded your soul to do. And sometimes, you know, we just agree to stuff, you know, 'cause we just kicking it. We just out talking. Well, we just chewing the fat, you know, and in process, we end up saying we're gonna do something. Now our problem is we didn't see the angel standing there, cause we were just talking to the fellas. You know what I'm saying? It was a tall cup of ale involved, you know, and it was some good ale, you know, and we agreed to some things. Our problem is we didn't know the angel was standing there. So now when the angel comes to collect on our vow, now we were like, what? I mean, why am I going through this? No. I just think I was over there when you was talking. Remember y'all had the ale in the cooler? Remember that? It was cold. It was real cold. Remember that? And then when you had that third one, that was when you promised me you were going to do this stuff. You remember, right? Don't you remember? I know you remember. You had on the blue shirt. Yeah, I came to collect on the vow. Okay. Genesis chapter 28, let's start at verse 10.
And Yaakov went out from Beersheba and went towards Haran. And he lightened upon a certain place, and tarried there all night, because the sun was set. And he took of the stones of that place, and put them for his pillows, and laid down in that place to sleep. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of Elohim ascended and descending on it. And behold, Yahweh stood above it, and said, I am Yahweh Elohim of Abraham your father, and Elohim of Esaac, and the land whereon you lies. To you will I give it, and to your seed. And your seed shall be as dust of the earth, and you shall spread abroad to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. And in you and in your seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Mm-hmm. And behold, I am with you, and will keep you in all places whither you go.
Now, I am with you and will keep you in all places whether you go. Now, there's going to be some strange times during where he moves you from place to place. There's going to be some times where things don't look like they're going to work out, but they're working out exactly like he wants them to work out. But it ain't going to look like that. You're going to get dismayed. You're going to feel like I made the wrong decision. You are exactly at the place where he wants you to be.
And I will bring you again into this land, and I will not leave you until I have done that which I have spoken to you of. And Jacob awake out of his sleep, and he said, Surely Yahweh is in this place, and I knew it not. And he was afraid, and said, How dreadful is this place! This is none other but the house of Elohim, and this is the gate of heaven. And Jacob rose up early in the morning, and took the stone that he had put for his pillows, and set it up for a pillar, and poured oil upon the top of it. And he called the name of that place Bethel, but the name of that city was called Luz at the first. And Jacob vowed a vow, saying, If Elohim be with me, I will keep me in this way that I go. I will give me bread to eat and raiment to put on.
And Jacob vowed a vow, saying, If Elohim will be with me and will keep me in this way that I go, and will give me bread to eat and clothes to put on. Go ahead.
So that I come again to my father's house in peace. Then shall Yahweh be my Elohim.
Then Yahweh shall be my Elohim if you do this thing for me. Go ahead.
And this stone, which I have set for a pillar,
this stone
shall be Elohim's house.
It's going to be a house built right here where they rock at. So later on, as situation and circumstance present itself, and buildings are being built, and we think we picking the location was picked before us. You ever wonder how we get the one house that look exactly like the place we came from? Have you seen any other place look just like this anywhere around here? How we get the one place that look exactly where we came from? It look exactly like. You can take that and put them right beside each other. How does he do that? Something was already decided long ago. We think we making decisions. You walking into decisions that were already made for you. So whereas other people are doing something, they might have been decorating this place for them. Yahweh was already, oh yeah, my servant's going to love this. Yeah, stretch this out a little further. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. They're going to be here about 10 years. What? Well, he played a long game. See, we only know the short game. So that's the only one we play. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 22. And this stone, which I have set for a pillar, shall be Elohim's house, and all of that you shall give me, I will surely give the tenth unto you.
So the tithe is set forth before the house is even set. He has already said, I'm going to give you a tenth. This is going to be your house. He done made a vow of the tenth. Now the tenth is set forth as a vow in the house before the house get built. Yahweh ends up working on things without telling you that he's working. I was riding my motorcycle and I already messed up my glasses before doing something crazy, so I take the glasses off. I said, I ain't gonna mess up the ones that cost, you know what I'm saying? I put on some cheap thing on riding my bike. So I put these in the back. But then I got done and opened the little back part. The glasses flew up in the air and landed straight down on the ground. Bah! Broke both of them. I said, you got to be kidding me. I took them off so that wouldn't happen. What happened? It happened because I took them off. I said, you got to. I'm upset. I am upset. I don't even think I called the right day. I had to remind my family. Hey, I called them folk. Go ahead and get my glasses, changed, because I'm around here like Stevie Wonder right now. It ain't working out. Okay. Them folks said, that's interesting. I said, what do you mean that's interesting? They said, this was the last possible day of the warranty. They said, well, we'll give you new lenses. You just need to pay $25. I said, you got to be kidding. The lenses be the most expensive part of the glass. The glasses be $200. The lenses be $950. They said, give me $25. They said, it's funny, because had you called tomorrow, I said, I see, this was my God. So now I know what he did. He was like, son, show me your glass. There you go. There you go. See, now I know what happened. I thought it was very peculiar how they just went airborne. And I said, what did you do? How you going? I opened this back, ain't nothing with airborne in 5 years. All of a sudden, my glasses go airborne and then fall right. If they would have failed the other way, the whole lens wouldn't have been cracked. Both sides cracked. This looks extremely horrible. But no, I need to hurry up and break these. That way you get a brand new pair while you're still in warranty. We don't give Yahweh that leeway to do him. Because if I'd have sat 2 more days and went, woe is me, guess what? I missed the warranty. If I go to, I can't believe I don't even want it. When? And I'm going to call these people, they're going to charge me $1,000. And I just don't want to hear this. So I'm going to hug myself for another day and a half. If I'd have hugged myself for another day and a half, I would have hugged myself right out of that warranty. All right. There's the part that happened in this book, and then there's the part that he going to do when he come to your house. Now, the question is, are you going to be ready for that? Let's go to Numbers chapter 30. I know y'all saw me in them glasses last week. Y'all like, oh, he got the Rick Rosses on. I see. He got them ones that he was looking like Gonzo when he was coming from COVID. He looked like Super Grover. Yeah. I know y'all were talking about me. I had the big glasses but the skinny face. My face had to catch up with those glasses. I had to pull those back out. But see, Yahweh even knows the perfect time to let something bad happen to you. He will turn around and let something bad happen to you so he can do something good for you. But you are dwelling on the bad part so much that you don't even get an opportunity to see the good of what he's trying to do. Numbers 30, let's start that at verse 1.
And Moshe spake unto the heads of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, This is the things which Yahweh had commanded. If a man vow a vow unto Yahweh, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceeds out of his mouth. If a woman also vow a vow unto Yahweh, and bind herself by a bond, being in her father's house.
Now this is very short for the man. I don't know if y'all say. Verse 2. If a man vow a vow unto Yahweh, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceeds out of his mouth. That verse is done. That verse. Now the rest of this chapter is going to be about something else. Ain't going to be discussing about you. You do not have any other opportunities to walk out of your agreement. This is very, very short, dealing with the man. Now he's about to go into some other stuff. And it's funny, I've heard brothers in the word say, well, you know, because such and such, it gave me a reason to break my vow or the agreement that I had. Man, that's what you believe, go ahead. But I tell you what, when I read this for a man, it's a little different. Keep reading.
Being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hear her vow, and her bond wherewith she had bound her soul, and her father shall hold his peace
now,
at her.
How he gonna hear it? So either he was standing there and heard it, or she came and told him. Now, what if that woman don't feel comfortable talking to her dad? Maybe she's a mama's girl. You know, mama can't erase a vow. Uh-oh. Mama can't erase a vow. What if she don't feel comfortable talking to her daddy? But the daddy the only one that can erase the vow. Go ahead.
Then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she had bound her soul shall stand.
But I told my mama. Go ahead.
Verse 5. But if her father disallow her.
But if her father disallow her. Go ahead.
In the day that he hears it.
Wait a minute now. He don't get the wallet in it either. Wait a minute. He don't get to sit there and hug himself and feel sorry. If he want to save his baby girl, he better talk to Yahweh on the day he hid. Okay, go ahead.
Not any of her vows or of her bonds wherewith she had bound her soul shall stand, and Yahweh shall forgive her, because her father disallowed her.
Wait a minute. Yahweh shall forgive her because her father disallowed it. Okay. Keep wondering why they want all of our households to be a single parent household. Why do you think they want? See, war's being waged against us and we don't even understand the war. Go ahead.
And if she had at all an husband, when she vowed, or uttered out of her lips, wherewith she had bound her soul, and her husband heard it, and he held his peace at her in the day that he heard it.
Well, I don't be wanting no problem with Joanne. She be fussing and stuff. I say, you know, I'm just gonna be quiet.
Oh, okay, so you held your peace at it then. So in other words, you agree. No, I ain't agree. I just didn't say nothing. Now maybe you don't understand what don't say nothing mean. Don't say nothing mean I agree. That what don't say nothing mean. Go ahead.
Then her vows shall stand, and her bonds wherewith she had bound her soul shall stand.
Uh-huh.
But if her husband disallowed her on the day that he heard it,
Once again, he don't have time to sit there and hug himself and feel sorry and say, you know, I don't feel like dealing with this right now. I ain't in the mood for this right now. You got a limited amount of time. You want to save? You want to save? You want to save her or not? Cause you got a limited amount of time. And it's funny. Sometimes it be the women who don't want to deal with something at that point. But sometimes you got to treat it how they treat a sale.
Baby, this is limited time only. Baby, if we don't act now, we won't get that special introductory price.
You want to save her? Act now. While Yahweh has offered the special introductory price. Okay. Go ahead.
then he shall make her vow which she had vowed, and that which she had uttered with her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, of none effect, and Yahweh shall forgive her.
Yahweh shall forgive her because her husband said no. See, we ready to be in charge of a house, but we don't understand all the consequences and repercussions behind that. How many things were you afraid to say no to? Because, you wanted to keep the peace. But you may keep the peace now and end up bringing hell for the next 5 years because you tried to keep the peace on one Tuesday. When you should have just destroyed that Tuesday and you can have peace for the next 5 years. Go ahead.
But every vow of a widow and of her that is divorced, wherewith they have bound their souls, shall stand against her.
Uh-huh.
And if she vowed in her husband's house, or bound her soul by a bond with an oath, and her husband heard it, and held his peace at her, and disallowed her not, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she bound her soul shall stand.
Uh-huh.
But if her husband had utterly made them void on the day he heard them, then whatsoever proceeds out of her lips concerning her vows, or concerning the bond of her soul, shall not stand. Her husband had made them void, and Yahweh shall forgive her.
Right. Her husband has made them void, and Yahweh shall forgive her. Go ahead.
Every vow and every binding oath to afflict the soul, her husband may establish it, or her husband may make it void.
Right. So how you gonna walk in that power? You gonna walk in that power tiptoeing? You scared of the power? We scared to make something void and still walk around talking about we the head of the house. So we'll let it go and then let all this weight sit. You watch somebody say, well, you know what? I'm gonna cook this, I'm gonna prepare this, and I'm gonna do that. And you sit right there and keep your mouth shut. And you know what? Wait a minute. Don't you have to keep the neighbor's kids and you already agreed to that? Wait a minute, that's too many things you done agreed to. No, we're not going to be able to do that. But now we don't say nothing, hold our peace, and now our whole house tore up for the next week and a half. All because you didn't open your mouth. Because you wanted peace for that moment. Now you ain't going to have peace for the next 2.5 weeks. Okay. Go ahead.
But if her husband altogether hold his peace at her from day to day.
Now this seems like a peaceful man, right? He don't say, he ain't saying nothing. Mm-hmm. He's so nice. Yeah, he going through hell. Because he will not open his mouth when it needs to be open. No. I done told people no is a subject. It's a noun, it's a verb, it's an action verb. It is a complete sentence. The N and the O takes care of everything. No. Everything you say after that lessens the no. No. You have now protected your household. But you know what? Now you feeling bad that you done protected your house. So now you walking around with low no self-esteem.
I feel real low no.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Then he establishes her vows, all her bonds, which are upon her. He confirms them, because he held his peace.
Read that part again.
But if her husband altogether hold his peace at her from day to day.
From day to day.
Then he establishes all her vows.
He established her vows. In other words, he agreed with them. Go ahead.
All her bonds, which are upon her. He confirms them.
He confirmed it. He put his stamp of approval. How he did?
Because he held his peace.
All he got to do is shut up. All he got to do is shut up. He don't put his stamp on it. Yahweh gonna look at us and say, I see your stamp on it. No, Yahweh, I didn't stamp that. Yes, you did. No, Yahweh, that's my stamp. Mm-hmm. But somebody must have did it when I was asleep. No, this is your stamp. See, this is a spiritual stamp here. That means you held your peace. That means you heard it and you said nothing. You agreed. Yahweh, I didn't agree to that. Did you say something, boy? No? Well, then you agree. All right. All right, then. Okay. Let's go to Matthew chapter 25. Now, will we come back later and say, I didn't even want to do this. I didn't even want to do such and such. Well, what did you say about it? Well, you saw me speaking in my spirit. But I do declare, what did your mouth say? What did your mouth say? Yeah, she saw you didn't want to do it. But your mouth didn't say you ain't want to do it. Did you say, I ain't feeling it? You didn't say it? All right, then, well, you agree. Do you think women are not savvy enough to know? A woman is savvy. I mean, boy, a woman will come up with a whole idea. And the entire thing, she done thought of every bit and part of it. But then at the last part, she'll hold back the last part for your signature. Baby, what you think? You ain't say nothing? Got it. Order it. Done deal. Done deal. You got caught slipping. You got caught slipping. You wanted to go play basketball that day. You got caught slipping. She told you everything. She didn't sneak. She presented it to you. But you didn't stand as a man. You kept quiet. Because you said, we meeting at the corner phone. That's why she waited till 3:50 to tell you. But she told you. I said she savvy. She was honest. Ish. What? don't understand your responsibilities? She's supposed to explain your responsibilities to you? Is that her fault? You said you was dead. Who goes and climbs up to the head and tell the head how to be a head? Okay. Where we going, brother? Matthew chapter 25, start at verse 14.
For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who calls his own servants, and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, and to another 1, to every man according to his servile ability.
All right, according to his ability. Now, this is a real trust exercise. Anytime you delivering money, it's a trust exercise. And you have to understand how Yahweh operates. Yahshua knew that Judas was a thief. What did he do? You hold the money. See, Yahweh and Yahshua not worry about no money. They're like, look, my daddy owns everything. If all I got to do is lose a little bit of money to find out what this is, I'll take it. Here, hold the money. Look, if I need money, my daddy will tell me go down there to that water, grab the first fish, open the mouth, some money in there. Don't worry about money, I got you. But I need you to put some money up, though, because I need to see if this thing is true that's standing right here. So I need you to use a little of that money that I done caused you to stack up. Go ahead.
And straightway took his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. And likewise he that received 2, he also gained other 2. Mm-hmm. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth, and hid his master's money.
All right. So he has hid the master's money. The other individuals are being profitable to when it comes down to this money. All right. But this is a real trust exercise when you talk about dealing with money. Go ahead.
After a long time, the master of those servants comes and reckoned with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Master, you delivered unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. His master said unto him, Well done, you good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter you into the joy of your master. He also, that had received 2 talents, came and said, Master, you delivered unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. His master said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter you into the joy of your master.
All right. Now, delivering money gives that opportunity to check some things. And one of them schools I had done got kicked out of. I went down to the country and I left some jewelry with a friend of mine. And, the guy told me over a process of time that he lost the necklace that I gave him. And I was distraught. I was hurt about it. But then, a month or 2 later, I seen him and he got this big old gold chain on. I said, well, that's peculiar. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he lost my, and I like that rope. That was a Turkish rope. I love that Turkish rope. My Turkish rope gone, but he got him, a big old dookie rope. You know what I'm saying? One of them big LL Cool J chain. I said, now mine was small, but it was very sturdy. He was able to get the fake chain or the big hollow chain with my solid one. So after time, a friend of mine is sitting there, they laughing, they joking. He ain't got comfortable now. And a friend said, well, you keep on telling jokes. I'm going to tell him how we figured out how you got that big gold chain around your neck. And all of a sudden, my other friend got quiet. And I noticed him, he kept getting close to the door. I said, what y'all? What happened? What are you talking about? What about my chain? How you get that chain? Because I know you said you had mine and you lost it. So what's going on? Charles got close to that door. And I mean, boy, when Charles took out that door, I mean, I ran for the life. I could never catch Charles for that. But giving him that chain was the ultimate division in our friendship. Sometimes you're going to have to make a decision on, all right, I can give you this, but are we going to not be friends after I give you this? Is this little thing going to divide us? Because you got to be careful when you deal with Jake, because Jake will ask for money for one thing. Take the money that you gave them for the thing, go on vacation, and throw shots at you on the vacation you paid for. Jake funny like that. There's a difference between Jacob and Jake. See, Jacob is Israel. Jake Israelish. So you got to be ready for Jake. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 22. 1 Kings chapter 22, and let's read verses 19 through 23.
And he said, Hear you therefore the word of Yah. And I saw Yah sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. And Yahweh said, Who shall persuade Ahab, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit, and stood before Yah, and said, I'll persuade him. And Yahweh said unto him, Wherewith? And he said, I will go forth and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, You shall persuade him, and prevail also. Go forth, and do so. Now therefore, behold, Yahweh had put a lying spirit in the mouth of all the prophets, and Yahweh had spoken evil concerning you.
All right, now I want you to read the definition of persuade.
Persuade, pathal, a primitive root, to open, that is, be causatively, make, roomy, usually figuratively, in a mental or moral sense, to be causatively, make, simple, or in a sinister way, delude.
In a sinister way, delude. Go ahead.
Allure,
Uh-huh.
deceive,
Uh-huh.
enlarge,
Uh-huh.
entice, flatter, persuade, silly one.
All right, so persuading can be done deceptively. Now understand, this spirit now has lost credibility with Yahweh because of the tactics he used to achieve his goal. See, it is imperative that we understand that manipulation breaks trust. This manipulative thing may cause you to achieve your goal, but eventually those people will realize that they have been manipulated, and the future of their dealings with you will be altered because of that. Let's go to Galatians chapter 2. See, we have to be careful. What all are we going to do to persuade? How far are we going to go to do that? Because although you may achieve your goal, what other damage has been done? Galatians chapter 2, and let's start at verse 1.
Then 14 years after I went up again to Jerusalem with Barnabas, and took Titus with me also, and I went up by revelation, and communicated unto them that gospel which I preached among the Gentiles, but privately to them which were of repetition, lest by any means I should run, or had run, in vain. But neither Titus, who was with me, being a Greek, was compelled to be circumcised.
Mm-hmm.
And that because of false brothers aware brought in, who came in privily to spy out our liberty, which we have in Yahshua the Mashiach, that they might bring us into bondage.
So, but neither Titus, who was with me, being a Greek, was compelled to be circumcised. He was not made to be circumcised either. But now other brothers have come in, and they're going to use that to cause some schism. Go ahead.
To whom we gave place by subjection. No, not for an hour, that the truth of the gospel might continue with you. But of these who seem to be somewhat, whatsoever they were, and it makes no matter to me, but Elohim accepts no man persons. For they who seem to be somewhat in conference added nothing to me. But contrariwise, when they saw that the gospel of the uncircumcision was committed unto me, as the gospel of the circumcision was unto Cephas. For he that wrought effectually in Cephas to the apostleship of the circumcision, the same was mighty in me towards the Gentile. And when Jacob, Cephas, and Johanan, who seemed to be pillars, perceived the grace that was given unto me, they gave to me and Barnabas the right hands of fellowship, that we should go unto the heathen, and they unto the circumcision.
So then we have then the one Spirit is operating and sending them in different ways, but to achieve the same goal with different individuals. So then that will be done one way on this side, it will be done another way on this side, but the objective is the same. Go ahead.
Only they would that we should remember the poor, the same which I also was forward to do. But when Cephas was come to Antioch, I withstood him to the face, because he was to be blamed. For before that certain came from Jacob, he did eat with the Gentiles. But when they were come, he withdrew and separated himself, fearing them which was of the circumcision.
So what he just did then is lost credibility. See, we want people to believe and trust in us, but we don't consider how we operate in a situation either increases their trust in us or decreases their trust in us. We don't hold ourselves accountable for what we do, but we hold everybody accountable for the trust they either have or don't have in us. When he made this move, he has affected some works. Go ahead.
And the other Yehudis disassembled likewise with him, insomuch that Barnabas also was carried away with the dissimulation.
So, because of the power that's there, now other people are going along with this. Go ahead.
But when I saw that they walked not uprightly according to the truth of the gospel, I said unto Cephas before them all, if you, being a Yehudi, live after the manner of the Gentiles, and not as do the Yehudis, why compellest you the Gentiles to live as do the Yehudis?
Now, understand what happened here. But when I saw that they walked not uprightly according to the truth of the gospel, I said unto Cephas before them all. He didn't have a private conversation. See, the situation ended up happening publicly, and it had to be dealt with in the same arena in which it went down. That's something that we don't consider. Let's go to Matthew chapter 16, because he says he withstood him to the face. But you have to understand who he withstood. Matthew chapter 16, and start at verse 16.
And Simeon Cephas answered and said, you are the Mashiach, the son of the living Elohim.
All right, now Yahshua is about to say some amazing things about Cephas. Go ahead.
And Yahshua answered and said unto him, blessed are you, Simeon Bayona, for flesh and blood had not revealed it unto you, but my Father which is in heaven.
But he was still withstood to the face. Keep going.
And I say also unto you, that you are Cephas, and upon this rock I will build my church.
Who was still withstood to the face. Go ahead.
And the gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
And he was still withstood to the face. Go ahead.
And I will give unto you the keys of the kingdom of heaven.
And he was still withstood to the face. Go ahead.
And whatsoever you shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven.
And he was still withstood to the face. face. Go ahead.
And whatsoever you shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven.
And he still was withstood to the face. Yahweh said, he'll have no respect to persons. Wrong is wrong. He don't care who did it. It ain't less wrong. Matter of fact, let's go to that. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 33. See, you may end up dealing with a situation and call somebody to fix what they have done, and then it will restore the trust. Sometimes you try to keep something and make a private conversation. That thing then is not dealt with, and their trust is never built back up. And they don't know that their trust is not there. Sometimes you got to call out something so that it can be dealt with. You think you done got away. No, you didn't get away with it. Because their trust is declining in you. And then we want to know why they don't have trust in me. You can't go and throw a position and say they need to trust you because of your position. How do you operate? Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 33 and start that at verse 12.
Therefore, you son of man, say unto the children of your people, the righteousness of the righteous shall not deliver him in the day of his transgression. As for the wickedness of the wicked, he shall not fall thereby in the day that he turns from his wickedness. Neither shall the righteous be able to live for his righteousness in the day that he sins.
Right. So then that means we got to pause and deal with the wrong. We don't get credit from all the past right that we've done previously. We don't get an excuse for the wrong. No, we got to pause and get in there and deal with that. And it's got to be done in the same arena. See, we'll do something publicly, but then we're going to pull somebody behind the car and talk to them. That ain't where that happened. Why are you behind that car? Or we'll wait till ain't nobody left but them. Wait, that ain't how that happened. When that happened, there's a room full of people. Wait. You don't restore trust that way. Because now your persuasion looks deceptive. Why you wait that long? Why you wait till I was by myself to have this conversation? Why you couldn't have that conversation the same way you had that conversation before? See, Yahweh's going to hold us accountable because he knows how we operate in other things. Go ahead.
Verse 13, when I shall say to the righteous that he shall surely live, if he trust to his own righteousness and commit lawlessness, all his righteousness shall not be remembered.
But you just burned it up. You ought to hear that. That was that flame burning up all that other stuff. Now you bringing that old stuff in and saying, well, look, I done did this, and I did this, and I did. You didn't hear that? But Yahweh, you don't remember what I did? Yeah, I remember what you did. That was some nice stuff you did back there. But then that thing you did the other day, it burnt all that up. So far as I'm concerned, it's your first day on the job. But if you keep working like it's your first day on the job, you're going to be okay. Otherwise, you trying to count some stuff from 94 that you done burnt up 12 times already. You walk around here counting it, whole high, and he be like, boy, that ain't even there, bro. That ain't even there, bro. You done burnt that up long time ago, bro. Just keep working like today is your first day. And you're going to be all right. You ain't got to even remember what you done burnt up. Just keep working. Go ahead.
But for his lawlessness that he had committed, he shall die for it. Again, when I say unto the wicked, you shall surely die, if he turn from his sin and do that which is lawful and right. If the wicked restore the pledge give again that he had robbed.
Wait a minute. If the wicked restore the pledge and give again that he has robbed, go ahead.
Walk in the statutes of life. Without committing lawlessness. He shall surely live. He shall not die.
Well then, see, the opposite is also true. So even though he has done all these things in the past, if he cut it off, restore the pledge, and start walking correctly, then Yahweh will also cast off all that stuff he got in that rearview mirror. If he said he deals with a just way and a just balance, he can't have it work one way and not work the other way. He's a just Elohim. He's just. So he gives us opportunity. But if you're going to restore the pledge, you can't restore the pledge of something that you go and do privately, but the transgression was public. You didn't restore them. Because see, that person wasn't restored back to their name that they had before the situation. This is why he couldn't come privately and have that conversation with Cephas. Even though Cephas is the rock on which the church was formed, he couldn't privately have that conversation. This was something that caused other people issues. Now other people are now dissimilating, and now he can't do his work the way he's supposed to do his work because of what has happened to him. He said, now, if I privately have a conversation with this individual, the people who I'm working with now, trust is not just brought down in him. Their trust is brought down in me because they're going to think I didn't take care of it. But he's the apostle to the Gentiles. How you going to let somebody clown the Gentiles while he's standing there working? How you going to let that happen? He can't allow that. This is my work. Go ahead.
Verse 16. None of his sins that he had committed shall be mentioned unto him. He has done that which is lawful and right. He shall surely live. Yet the children of your people say, the way of the Adonai is not equal. But as for them, their way is not equal. When the righteous turns from his righteousness and commits lawlessness, he shall even die thereby.
Right. You either take care of that business, or you are now at a crossroads. What you gonna do? All that remembering, you know, ain't no need to tell y'all, well, did you hear how I sung that song? I sung that thing from down here. He like, well, that's good. But defy that way. Either take care of this business or go jump in it. What you gonna do? Ain't no need to talk about that stuff that you done before. And this is not my thought. This is the word of the Most High. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 2. See, not only is he going to hold us accountable for our words, he look at how we handle things. Yeah, all right. If you handle it hardcore with these people, I'm going to expect you to handle it hardcore just like that in your house. If you lenient in your house, I'm going to need you to be lenient in their house. Oh, he the same. 1 Samuel chapter 2 started at verse 12.
And it came to pass.
Where you at? 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 12.
I'm sorry. Now the sons of Eli were sons of Belial. They knew not Yahweh.
All right, now so you got a righteous man, but his sons are not righteous. Go ahead.
And the priest's custom with the people was that when any man offered sacrifice, the priest's servant came, while the flesh was in seething, with a flesh hook of 3 teeth in his hand. And he struck it into the pan, or kettle, or cauldron, or pot. All the flesh hook brought up, the priest took for himself. So they did in Shiloh, unto all the Israelites that came thither. Also, before they burnt the fat, the priest's servant came and said to the man that sacrificed, give flesh to roast for the priest, for he will not have sodden flesh of you, but raw. And if any man said unto him, let them not fail to burn the fat presently, and then take as much as your soul desires, Then he would answer him, No, but you shall give it me now, and if not, I will take it by force.
So they want this done the way that they want to do it. Because, hey, if you can take it yourself, I guess you can season it however you want to. See, I can cook better than them. Go ahead.
Wherefore the sin of the young men was very great before Yah, for men abhorred the offering of Yahweh.
So, because of the way that they're coming at it, now people hate the offering of Yahweh. Now it has affected other work. Go ahead.
But Samuel ministered before Yahweh, being a child, girded with a linen ephod. Moreover, his mother made him a little coat, and brought it to him from year to year, when she came up with her husband to offer the yearly sacrifice. And Eli blessed Elkanah and his wife, and said, Yahweh give you seed of this woman for the loan which is lent to Yah. And they went unto their own.
Understand now Eli says these things, but before, Eli accused the woman of being drunk. So Eli is in charge, so there's certain things he, has aggressively said to keep order. Well, Yahweh gonna hold you accountable. Keep reading.
And they went unto their own home. And Yahweh visited Hannah, so that she conceived, and bare 3 sons, and 2 daughters. And the child Samuel grew before Yahweh. Now Eli was very old, and heard all that his sons did unto Israel, and how they lay with the women that assembled at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And he said unto them, Why do you such things? For I hear of your evil dealings by all these people.
So this thing is known, but he's having a private conversation with them. He says, I hear of your dealings by all this people. But he's talking to his sons privately. Go ahead.
Nah, my sons, for it's no good report that I hear. You make Yahweh's people to transgress.
So now we're on a next level. Because of how you're dealing with it, now the people are dealing with their offerings in a circumspect way because of y'all. Go ahead.
If one man sin against another, the judge shall judge him. But if a man sin against Yahweh, who shall entreat for him? Notwithstanding, they hearken not unto the voice of their father, because Yahweh would slay them.
Because at this point, it has gone on too long. Yahweh don't even want them to repent. But these his boys. See, why he ain't confronting those boys in front of all the people? See, Yahweh gonna hold you on those same set of standards. If you didn't have no problem accusing Hannah of being drunk when she was in there praying, no. He gonna want that same power when you deal in your house. So eventually, you don't know that you're destroying trust, but folks gonna look and say, all right, I see how hard you came at that brother. Well, let's see if you come at your son the same way. All right, I see how hard you came at that sister. All right, let's see if you come at your wife the same way. Whether you know it, you're destroying trust. Keep reading.
And the child Samuel grew on, and was in favor both with Yahweh and also with men. And there came a man from Elohim unto Eli, and said unto him, Thus says Yahweh, Did I plainly appear unto the house of your fathers, when they were in Egypt in Pharaoh's house? And did I choose him out of all the tribes of Israel to be my priest, to offer upon my altar, to burn incense, to wear an ephod before me? And did I give unto the house of your father all the offerings made by fire of the children of Israel? Wherefore kick you at my sacrifice?
Wherefore kick you? Now, he didn't kick at it. He didn't kick at it. But he holds him accountable for everything done in his house. And we all so busy trying to enlarge our house. Every window you allow to come into your house, you're going to be held responsible for. And folks love to add something. I want to add this to my house. All right, that's another window. You're going to be held responsible for everything that comes through that window. That's your kids, wives, whatever that is. You're going to be held responsible. Keep reading.
Wherefore kick you at my sacrifice and my offering, which I have commanded in my habitation, and dishonors your sons above
No.
And honor your sons above me.
Wait a minute. He said you honor your sons above me. Why? Because you didn't deal with your sons publicly. No, you dealt with your boys privately. Your boys committed public transgression, but they got a private talk. But everybody saw what they were doing. So you honor your sons above me. Yahweh gonna hold you accountable. The same thing that you do, he gonna watch how you deal with everybody. And if you're not dealing that same way in your house, he coming. If you gonna be lenient to everybody, make sure you go all the way across the board. Because he gonna call you to the table. He said, oh man, that was your boy. You got right up front. And you jumped right in their face. All right, now we finna go to your house. And we're gonna see if you jump right in their face. And once he go to your house and see you didn't jump in nobody's face, he's like, all right, I got a problem. Yeah, I got a problem. I got a problem because you jumped in their face. I got a problem because you didn't jump in theirs. No. I need you to jump the same way. If you're going to be lenient here, be lenient there. If you're going to jump here, jump there. But you're going to figure out, just wait and a just balance. All right. Go ahead.
To make yourselves fat with the chiefest of all the offerings of Israel, my people. Wherefore Yahweh Elohim of Israel says, I said indeed that your house and the house of your fathers should walk before me forever. But now, Yahweh says, be it far from me. For them that honor me, I will honor. And they that despise me shall be lightly esteemed. Behold, the days come that I will cut off your arm and the arm of your father's house, and there shall not be an old man in your house.
You understand that this is not because he has done wrong. This is because he would not speak out against the wrong that his children did. But understand, as a leader, he had to speak out against wrong all the time. So he spoke out against the wrong committed by Israel, just not against the wrong by the Israel that was in his house. Go ahead.
And you shall see an enemy in my habitation, in all the wealth which Elohim shall give Israel, and they shall not be an old man in your house forever. And the man of your whom I shall not cut off from mine altar shall be to consume your eyes, and to grieve your heart, and all the increase of your house shall die in the flower of their age. And this shall be a sign unto you that shall come upon your two sons, on Hophni and Phinehas, and one day shall die both of them.
So consider something. Maybe he thought he was protecting them by not saying anything, but now they gotta die. So how good was that protection? Sometimes we're doing the absolute opposite of what we think we're doing. He's thinking that he's protecting them by not dealing with them publicly. And people even get mad. I can't believe that you publicly said this about your family. Yeah, I protected my family. You'll figure it out later. You think you're protecting yours by not dealing with it. When he deal with them, you're going to understand. You didn't protect them right. Go ahead.
And that should be a sign of, verse 35. And I will raise me up a faithful priest that shall do according to that which is in my heart and in my mind. And I will build him a sure house, and he shall walk before my anointed forever.
Right, but we then look at the sure house and wonder how this person get a sure house. There was some trust there. He said, a faithful priest. Wait a minute. There was a different level of trust. But see, trust is built in turmoil. We want the trust, but don't want the turmoil that actually builds the trust. See, I can tell you now, between me and the wife of my youth, I've been through a lot of stuff, but I can drop my money there and they ain't even got to count it. Been through a lot of stuff, but there's some trust there. Sometimes look, I got no money to get this shit. Why you keep asking me that? Yeah, you got no money to get this. Well, hell, I ain't looked at the money in a minute. Yeah. I ain't got to. Now, don't get it twisted. I got something sitting there. I don't let everybody, don't go in that one. Don't get it twisted now. Do not take this out of context. But a regular operating budget, I don't even look at that sometimes. I have to ask. Why? Yeah, it might have been some situations that happened over 30 years, but damn it, that builds a certain level of trust. Okay. Everybody say they want that, but they ain't willing to go through that. Okay. Read, bro.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left in your house shall come and crouch to him for a piece of silver and a morsel of bread, and shall say, Put me, I pray you, into one of the priest's office, that I may eat a piece of bread.
All right. Let's go to Exodus chapter 21. Because I know, I said, hey, when your house, everything you allow to get into it, you're going to be held accountable for. And sometimes people think you're just talking. Exodus chapter 21, and I want you to start at verse 33. Because I said even your dog.
And if a man shall open a pit.
I tell you what, let's go start at verse 28.
If an ox gore a man or a woman, that they die, then the ox shall be surely stoned, and his flesh shall not be eaten, but the owner of the ox shall be quit. But if the ox were wont to push with his horns in times past,
that means you know it now. Go ahead.
And it had been testified to his owner, and he had not kept him in.
He got to keep that ox separate. So I told you that even your dog. All right. So he ain't kept him in. They done already told him, hey, man, Blackie be biting people. So then now you got to keep Blackie in because Blackie bites. Go ahead.
But that he had killed a man or a woman, the ox shall be stoned, and his owner also shall be put to death.
For the dog. Everything you let come in your house, you're going to have to take accountability for it. And we so busy trying to add to a house. You have women that want to have more and more kids, and then be talking about all this damn laundry. What the hell did you expect?
Every time I try to lay down.
Everything you let come into your house, you going to be held accountable. Or you thought you were going to get these crumb snatchers and they were all going to go to sleep at the same time? You thought you were going to get these crumb snatchers, they weren't going to be hungry? You thought that their socks was going to be self-washing? They got self-cleaning drawers? What else that? Okay. You're going to be held accountable for that. Go ahead.
If there be laid on him a sum of money, then he shall give for the ransom of his life whatsoever is laid upon him, whether he have gored a son or have gored a daughter. According to this judgment shall it be done unto him. If the ox shall push a manservant or a maidservant, he shall give unto their master 30 shekels of silver, and the ox shall be stoned.
You are even held accountable for your animals. Of course, you're going to be held responsible to the beings, the men and women in your house. Let's go, let us hear the conclusion of this matter. Let's go to Mark chapter 12. We spend all our time trying to figure out if we should trust Yahweh and never ask, does Yahweh have any trust in us? Never ask that question. Always it's about us. Mark chapter 12, and let's start at verse 28.
And one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together, and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, which is the first commandment of all? And Yahshua answered him, the first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel, And the Adonai Elohim is one Elohim. And you shall love your Elohim, Yahweh your Elohim, with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. This is the first commandment. And the second is like, namely this, you shall love your neighbor as yourself.
Wait a minute. When we're dealing with the two great commandments, the second, namely, is this: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. All right. So, are not those beings in your house seen as you? All right. So Yahweh gonna look at how you deal with them, and that's the kind of treatment He's gonna expect you to deal with your brother and your sister. Do we do that? Go ahead.
There is none other commandment greater than these. And the scribe said unto him, Well, master, you have said the truth. For there is one Elohim, and there is none other but He. And to love Him with all your heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all whole burnt offerings and sacrifices. And when Yahshua saw that he answered discreetly, he said unto him, You are not far from the kingdom of Elohim. And no man after that durst ask him any questions.
Exactly. We have to remember, it is written in Proverbs 18 and verse 5, it is not good to accept the person of the wicked, to overthrow the righteous in judgment. But what if the person who, and all we have to do is to be a person of wickedness, is decide that we're going to do something wicked that day. See, we think that a person is wicked like their whole life. Or then another person is righteous their whole life. You can decide on Monday you're going to be righteous, and Tuesday you're going to be wicked. And once you decide on Tuesday that you're walking in the way of the wicked, this is then you. It is not good to accept the person of the wicked, to overthrow the righteous in judgment. But what if that wicked is somebody you love? What if that wicked is in your house? Now, is there a different mode of judgment? Like now, will you talk softer? Now, before you deal with it, will you cook a meal and, light candles and play soft music? All right, well, that was nice. So now when you deal with your brother and your sister, Yahweh going to be sitting back expecting the same thing. Where's the soft music? Where's the candle? What are you talking about? No. When wrong was done in your house, this is how you approached it. Now wrong was done in my house, I'm going to need you to approach my house the same way you approach yours. Play the soft music. Light the damn candle. Now talk to them just as soft as you talk to yours. He won't. The same thing. Do unto your brother as you would have done unto you. How soft are you when you deal in your house? That's what he's going to expect in here. Is he wrong to expect that? Is he wrong? If he wrong, tell him. That door going to be open when we finish. Come right down here and get right in front of this altar right here and tell him he wrong. You can't make it here, send the email to theuci.org, or you can go on the email and go into questions. Tell him you're wrong. I promise you I'll come right down here and tell him what you done did said. I'll come down here for you. Just put it in an email. It says, he that answers a matter before he hears it, it is folly and shame unto him. Do we do the diligent inquiry to make sure that we are seen trustworthy before our Elohim? We can walk in all these commandments and still not be looked at as trustworthy. Eli wasn't doing any sinning against the commandments. His problem was with his sons. Proverbs 18 and 24 says, a man that has friends must show himself friendly. Do we operate like that? Are we only friendly when we either want something or it's benefiting us? We have to remember that we are representatives of him. And how we are allowing ourselves to be perceived is also how he is being perceived. That's all that we're going to do for today. Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.